Happy Thursday. Let me put my headphones on. Sorry about that.
Doing well. You can let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know if you are hearing me before I start rattling off. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're back for another Tipsy Tuesdays. And I'm about to begin shortly because this is going to be right to the point. Get to it, and we're going to be moving on. So I'm just going to introduce myself as I give persons a moment to come on live. I am Arkia Higgs. That's me, dream coach, physiotherapist, wife, and mother, here for another Tipsy Tuesdays. I hope you are hearing me. I'm just going to test this out to make sure that I am being heard. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, it seems like it's working. I just was testing out my mic. It seems like you can hear me, but you could tell me hello in the chat. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know that you're hearing me, please. I can. You hear me? We're about to begin. I am Arkia Extreme Coach. I guess if y'all can't hear me, y'all gonna let me know, right? Because y'all can see my mouth moving. And you hear me. Hi, Mr. Wilfred Breen. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us today. And today we are talking about Vision 2023, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. But just before I do, I would kindly ask if you are watching live or you're watching the replay, please share, follow, and if you are on YouTube, please subscribe and also share with a family or friend, okay? So today's topic, like I said, is Vision 2023. And I'm going to take it with a spin. But I want you to stay on until the end because I have a special announcement that I want to make. If you're catching the replay, you're going to watch, or you may just probably fast forward all the way to the end to hear my special announcement that I have coming up that I am so excited and elated about, right? So, without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to get into the meat of the matter of what we're talking about tonight. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm sure you have, like many others, that the world has shifted in terms of companies. Many companies, they're not doing business the way that they would have done so 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. A lot of things have shifted. And the way that business runs now, a lot of persons aren't accustomed to, and even many individuals I find in certain populations, they find it hard to do business. They find it hard to get things done because the world is not the same. The way that we do things now, a lot of things have gone in the digital space. now, and it's a bit challenging for some persons to adjust to. Some companies, as I drive around, even the Bahamas, I realize that some businesses would have closed down for whatever the reason may be. And at the same time, I see some businesses flourishing, doing so well. They have pivoted with what has happened. And I liken it to life. As I look at my life, as I look at the lives of those persons around me, I refer to life as being a roller coaster. There's constantly the up, the downs, the all arounds, unexpected turns, unexpected downfalls. You just don't know. But on this journey, on this life, in life, on the roller coaster ride, I realize that some people jump off the roller coaster prematurely. Some people jump off before we reach the destination that we are to arrive at. And that destination that I'm referring to is our purpose, it's destiny, wherever it is that God is calling you to. So, with that being said, seeing what's going on in the business world and seeing even in terms of the church, even in terms of your life personally outside of church, maybe it may even be on the job, there is a constant requirement for us to pivot. There is a constant requirement for us to do things, to do business differently. But I realize that some people don't want to change. Some people want to stay and do work the same way that they've been doing it for the past however long, 5, 10, 15 years. They just want to continue doing business the same way. They want to continue working with the same workflow. They're not open to change. They are resistant to change. And as I look at it, I realize that some persons are stuck. They're not going up, they're not going down. They just at this constant plateau. Their life doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Now, personally, I believe that each and every one of us were placed here on earth for a specific purpose. It may not necessarily be to do something in ministry, but I do believe that wherever you are planted, on the workplace, in your home, in family, wherever that is, I believe that God wants you to flourish wherever it is that you are. And in order to flourish, I believe you have to have a clear direction of where you're going. The hiccup I realize with this is that sometimes we know where it is that we should be going. We know why we should be going there, but we do not expect the hiccups along the way. We don't expect the unexpected challenges and losses in life. It may be a loss of a loved one. Those things we did not prepare for. But how do we deal with that? Are we going to jump off the ride prematurely? Or are we going to stay on the ride and continue to press towards whatever it is your calling is? So, what is that thing? So, I want you to reflect for a moment. Reflect on 2022. Maybe you came in 2022 with big plans, you know, maybe you had great expectations for 2022. But somewhere along the way, things didn't work out the way you expected them to work out. I see my girl is here, Gina. Hey, Auntie. How you doing? I hope you had a great day. And welcome to everyone else who is there watching. You could hit me up in the chat. Let me know you are there. Let me feel your love. Let me feel your presence. But we are talking about 2022. And if you would like to, you could get a pen, get a paper, just find a quiet space if you can. for the next few minutes that I will be speaking with you, because I really want us to take some time to reflect. I want us to reflect on this year, what has happened, things that didn't go the way we planned for it to go. Even reflect on the things, on the goodness of God, how He kept us, how He provided for us, how He brought us out of difficult situations. Just take a moment to reflect and maybe write a few things on the paper about 2022. It may be one word, it may be two words, it may be three words, whatever it is. I want to know what your thoughts are on 2022, how this world has shifted, how this pandemic has hit us. I want to know how you feel, because we're about to be talking about Vision 2023. And as we move forward, it is so important that we do not carry the weight. It is so important that we do not carry the burdens of 2022 into 2023. Maybe there may be some persons who are waiting for 2023 to create the plan, to find out where it is that they are going, but not us. When we arrive in 2023, we are going to be going full speed into our plans, into our purposes, into what God has predestined for us. Okay, so we're talking about Vision 2023. And I told the persons who came on earlier, I have a special announcement that I want to make. So in order to hear that announcement, you're going to have to stay and wait until the end. All right. So for me, I will take a moment to be transparent with you as you reflect on 2022 and write some things down, because a lot of times we need to take everything that's up here and we need to offload. We need to just get it out and put it on some paper and just get it off of our hearts and off of our minds. For me, I had a lot of plans for 2022. And I believe in many instances, I have held myself back by making excuses, especially as it relates to time. I believe I made a lot of excuses. And another thing that I believe I did during this year was I tried to make everything be perfect. And that's one of the reasons I didn't pursue a lot of things too, because I wanted things to be in perfect alignment. And I spoke about this in past Tipsy Tuesdays as well. I wanted some stuff to be like just right. But coming down to the close of this year, just before I started Tipsy Tuesdays back, I realized that things ain't gonna never be ideal. And if I keep waiting for this perfect moment, if I keep waiting for this feeling, for this emotion, for this motivation to come, it will never come. Gina said it. She was too lazy. She was too relaxed. I can say the same thing. But I said to myself, I'm going to make a decision to show up. No matter what comes, no matter what may, it's not going to be perfect, but I am going to show up and I'm going to make happy progress no matter what before this year is out. And where I fall short, I am trusting God to show up on my behalf. Yes, Gina, I am showing up. And that's what I want to speak to next. Each and every one of you who are here, I believe that you are men and women who maybe you didn't show up for yourself, but maybe you were showing up for your boss. You were showing up for the children. You were showing up for the church. You were doing the things that you felt needed to be done, even though it wasn't what you know you should have been doing. A lot of us have been busy doing the busy work. We've been busy doing all these different things besides the things that we know that we should be doing. And that's why I also believe it is important for you to do a brain dump. What do I mean when I say brain dump? Some of you may be like creatives like myself who have a ton of ideas, a ton of things that you want to do. You need to take some time to sit down and offload all of that. Take all of that off and write every single idea, no matter how silly it may seem. Just put it down. Take it off of you and put it on a piece of paper. Take it and put it on a piece of paper. There is no perfect time. Gina said it right. The new starts now. Every moment, from this moment, let's begin to look at our life and see where it is that we are going. So now that we've looked on 2022, we've looked on the things that we have not done right. We've looked at our failures and our shortcomings, but I'm sure in this year, it was not all bad. It was not all bad. I'm sure that there are some good things that we accomplished, whatever it was that we could give God thanks for Him keeping us, for Him preserving us, the fact that we still have life, the fact that we can still breathe, the fact that we still have an opportunity to pursue purpose and vision, the fact that we could still be better. We don't have to stay where we are, but we have an opportunity because of the breath that He has given to us, because of the strength that He has put in our body. We still have an opportunity to be better. And anytime I talk about being better, it's not about being better than another person. It's not about being better than what others expect of you, but it's being better than you were yesterday. Being a better you. You are the standard. So you are elevating beyond who you were yesterday because you are unique, because you are authentic, because your DNA is like no one else on earth, even if you are a twin. You are special and you are set aside. So, what is that thing and I've been asking this for the past few weeks, what is the thing that God is calling you to? So, as we talk about vision, the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. And before we even start to talk about vision, as I was praying about coming on here today and talking, a song came to my mind. The song that says, be still and know that I am God. Be still. And I believe as we prepare to exit this year, God's spare life, it's important for us to take on a spirit of stillness. I know that we are about to enter a busy season, but I pray for a spirit of stillness, for us to be rooted, for us to be grounded in the midst of everything that is going on around us. And it could be joy. It could be good things that's going on. Or for some, it may be a situation of chaos. I don't know your situation. But whatever is you may be facing right now, whatever your state may be, I pray that you would be still. And whatever it is that you are hoping for, whatever it is that didn't go well in 2022, be still. Be still and know that God reigns supreme above all of your shortcomings, all of the pits that others may have tried to set for you, for your fall, to see you hang your head in shame. Know that everything is still working together for your good. And so that's one of the things I want to share with someone tonight who may have been busy doing so many different things, take a moment and for the rest of this year, just be still. Take time to reflect. Take time to listen to the Spirit of God that may be trying to speak to you through all the noise. Take time to be still. So, Vision 2023. I can come with all of the fancy stuff in terms of goal setting and asking you all these questions and setting smart goals. I could talk about all of that. But I don't want to talk about that because I don't believe God have me here to just be surface level. And as women, as ambitious women and men who are doing things in the earth, who are creatives, I know that the enemy can use our good and sometimes cause us to still be stuck. We could have good intentions and still be going nowhere. We could have good intentions to do all of the right things and still do nothing. So once you would have done your brain dump and write down all those things, the things that you had on your heart for however long, I want you to look at the lowest hanging fruit. What is the thing that it's within your reach? You know you could do it. Yes, we're dreaming big. Yes, we're hoping for all of the things. But what is the next best thing for you to do right now? Out of all the things that you listed, could you take one thing, or could you take two things, or even three things that you could say, this is the next thing? I told you before, we could say we ending the year strong. Us to end this year focused on where it is that we are going. I want us to create the game plan now because God don't have it for us to be defeated. We're not supposed to be defeated. We are supposed to be victorious because people are waiting on us to walk into our dreams. Somebody out there needs to hear your testimony. And that doesn't mean being behind a pulpit. You could be a banker, you could be a hairstylist, you could be a nail technician. Wherever you are, somebody is waiting for you to manifest your dreams. Somebody is waiting for you to walk in the purpose. So, what is the next thing as we prepare? What is that next thing? And I want you to either put it in your phone, write it on a piece of paper, write the vision. What is the next thing that you are gonna go after? And guess what? I one of the things that held me up too for a long time was I wanted it to be the God thing. Like I really wanted it, whatever it was that I decided to do, because like I said, I'm a creative. So I have a ton of ideas. And one of the things that held me up for so long because I wanted to say, oh, God, is this your will, God? I want it to be your will. I want it to be your will. I don't want to walk out your will. I want to do what you want me to do. But that kept me stuck for a long time. It kept me for a long time. But one thing that I came across in studying and in listening to different messages and stuff like that is that I cannot mess up so bad that I can detour God's plan and purpose for me. I cannot mess up so bad that I could stop what God have for me. So what do I mean when I say that? I mean that even if out of my whole list of 20, 30 things that I have, if I decide to pursue something that wasn't God's will, quote unquote, his will for my life, it could still work out. I may take a little longer to get where he wants me to go, but I'm still going to get there. I am still going to get there because my life is surrendered to him. So I can't mess it up. I'm not that bad. And you may not even be like me. You may not be like me. But I realize that I have to become more action oriented. I will sit down, I don't know. I will sit down and I will write out the longest plan, the most detailed plan, step by step. But when it's time to take action, I look for all the reasons of everything what ain't in place and what I can't do because of XYZ, and I do nothing. Yes, Jody, God thing versus the good thing. And that was a show that was on the Let's Be Real, JP Spence on YouTube. That was an awesome session on JP Spence's show. I listened to that session more than once, and it brought me to tears. It brought me to tears. So I would encourage you guys to go on YouTube, look up JP Spence, and look up the good thing versus the God thing. Look it up and listen to it. And listen to it more than once. Listen to it more than once. So what's next for you? Get it in your heart. Get it in your spirit. What would your life look like? What would your life look like if you took the step? Imagine it right now in this moment. This is about a you moment. This ain't about me. I want you to sit down. If you're watching the replay, sit down and imagine right now at this moment, what would your life look like if you actually took the step? If you actually showed up, if you actually did the thing that God was calling you to do, that it may not even be a God thing, it may be the good thing. How would your life change if you were to do that? Whose life will be impacted if you were to take the courage to step out and to pursue that thing? How will your children's life, the legacy of your mother, your father, your siblings, how would it change if you were to do that thing and stop making excuses? God is calling us to something greater in 2023. And this month, well, actually last month, because today is the first month of December, but in November, 1 year ago, I left the place that I worked at for 7.5 years. And I will be honest with you, I was looking forward to leaving for a long time because I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. But when the time came that it was time for me to leave, I never worked any place else. When I came from high school to college to university, I never worked any place else as a full-time employee, only as a student. So that was the only place that I knew in terms of my career, in terms of my profession. That was the only place that I knew. And I looked forward to leaving there for a long time. But could I tell you, when it was time for me to leave, that was the most scary experience that I ever had. And I could not understand it. And as I reflected on it, change, transition, doing something differently is uncomfortable. And if you mind the feeling of fear and worry, of not knowing how things are going to work out, if you mind that feeling, you will never leap over to the other side. You will never know what's on the other side because of that fear. It grips you. It grips you and it holds you tight. I don't know what that thing may be for you. I don't know. But God is requiring more of you. Thank you, Chanel. I see Chanel is a loyal listener. Thank God so much for you, girl. She says she's listening in traffic. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. And I pray that this session is a blessing to you. I'm asking each of you, what is that thing? What would your life look like if you would just take that step? I want to hear the testimonies of us pursuing the thing. I don't want 2023 to be another year that we hoped for, that we hoped would a certain way and it didn't work out. You don't have to do all the things. And I thank God so much for my sister Jody. She encouraged me with this, that focusing on the one thing and go hard at that and be excellent at that. Perfect that one thing. And once you have that locked and loaded, then you could pursue on to something else. But pursue that one thing and be an expert and be great at that one thing. What's next? That's my question to you. What's next for you? The world is waiting for you. The communities is waiting for you. People are waiting for you. So let's begin to write those visions. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you guys so much because it's an encouragement. You don't know. It's an encouragement to me to show up, because I know that God has something in store for each and every one of you. And He wants you to be operating at your best. He wants us to be examples out there in the earth. If we all can see what's going on in the world today. Christianity is being diluted. It's being diluted across the board. But it's time that we walk with the richness of that richness of spirit. It's time that we walk in the kingdom authority that God has predestined for us to walk in. And Miles Monroe, his work still lives on today. I constantly hear great, small speak about Miles Monroe, who spoke about the kingdom and the kingdom dominion that we are to walk in. Let's walk with excellence. Let's take a hold of what it is that we know we should be doing. Let's take it seriously. Because if we don't do it now, the generations that are coming behind us, it's going to be harder for them. It's going to be harder for them to overcome certain things because we didn't show up the way that we were supposed to show up. And we need to encourage each other as women, as men, encourage and motivate and uplift each other in the dream and in the vision and the purpose that God has for us. So with that being said, I have a special announcement. Yes, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. I want to show you guys something. Let me see. If anyone, while I pull this up, anyone wants to share in the chat, what's next for you? One thing that is next for you. Share it for me in the chat, please. What's next? Thank you, everyone who is there listening. I truly appreciate your presence here. I have a document that I'm pulling it up right now, but it's it's in reference to what we was talking about for 2023. I believe that God has a plan, my business, and I pray God's blessings upon that. In Jesus' name, Benjina. And I believe too, as Gina put business there, I believe that after what have transpired over the past few years worldwide, I believe it's so important that we have multiple streams of income, that none of us should be dependent on one stream of income. And every one of us should have multiple streams that we have coming in to support us. I'm pulling this up right now. You can continue to go ahead if you would share. What is next? You know, I want to lose some weight for sure. Oh, it coming. I think my is out because moving very slow. I may have to make this announcement without showing you guys the flyer. But I really, really want to show y'all. Let me see if I could do it from my phone. Yes, Gina. Gina says she will have multiple streams. Oh. Okay, guys, I think I got it. Chanel, you excited, eh? Ah. All right. So, yes, I got it uploaded. So, guys, a part of me being here is so that I can help each and every one of you and help you to the best of my ability. And a lot of things that I will be doing in the upcoming months and the upcoming years are things that I have had written down for years. And I truly believe that God wants to manifest these things in our lives. And if we continue to hide behind the closet and continue to be shy and stuff like that, and an introvert, like I feel like I am myself, the things will never come to pass. The people who need to see us will never see us. The connections that we need to make will never happen because of that. So I want to do something special. I know that we are entering a busy season, but in relation to us being still and in relation to us being focused, even in the midst of that, one thing that I want to do is I could put it up on the screen. It's a 3 nights pajamas party, bounce back and thrive challenge, right? Oh, that is the wrong one. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We could get it right now. That's what it is, though. I just have to correct the dates. This is it right here, guys, coming up. It's 3 nights pajama party. It's a time where you take time aside from the busy hustle and bustle of work, and you take just an hour of me time. So we're going to be going deep into bring back and thrive. And I'm going to be defining what do I mean when I say bounce back and thrive. And then not only that, I am going to be giving some tips and some strategies that God has given me to help you to bounce back and thrive in 2023. Now, I need each and every one of you to help me to spread the word about this bounce back and thrive, okay? I'm about to put a link in the chat for you to share. I will share the flyer and I will also share the link so that you could register for it. It is absolutely free. It is absolutely free. And like I said, it's all about me just helping you in a deeper way. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. So if y'all excited, let me know. Let me know if y'all excited, please. Because I excited. I love girl time. I love girl talk. That is the link there. It is a pajama party. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it. I have Facebook live stream, but I'm thinking to take it off of Facebook because I want everyone to show up in their pajamas. I want to see you guys. I want to talk to each and every one of you. So it may not be a Facebook live stream. But when you register via that link, you will receive all of the information via your email, and I will also share it on my Facebook page. So I need you guys to help me, please, and please share this flyer for me on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, every place. I want you to also share it. Get three of your besties who you want to bounce back and thrive in 2023. Give this to them, share this link with them so that they can show up and so that they can be all that God intended for them to be. It's a time for us to have fun, clean fun, and it's going to be next week. Next week, Bounce Back and Thrive Challenge, okay? We are elevating together. Thank you so much, Chanel. I appreciate that, girl. I appreciate that. And I am here to support each and every one of you. Whatever your vision and goal is, um, I am the type of person, if you tell me something, my mind just starts going everywhere. I believe that's a gift that God gave me. In terms of creative vision, like all kind of ideas just come to my mind. But as we prepare to close this year, like I was saying before, this year has been a challenge, I know, for everyone in one way or the other, because I feel like every year is a challenge. That's a part of life. But I want you to know that it's not over. It's not over. So that's why before 2022 comes to an end, we're going to bounce back. And we're not only going to bounce back, but we are going to thrive. We are going to overcome. We are going to be successful, and we're going to do it together. Thank you, Elder Andy. I see you. You're always encouraging me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. But yes, we are going to bounce back and thrive. So share this, share the link. I will share the flyer. Share the flyer with a friend. If you want to share it with your mother, if you want to share it with your sister, share it with somebody who you know that this year was a challenge for them and they really could use this right now. They could use this little this little encouragement. Please share it with them because I believe and I know that it is going to be a blessing to somebody. Okay, so please register. You won't be able to access it if you don't register. And even when you register, please check your I know for me, check your promotions mail on Gmail. If you have another platform that you use, you may need to check the spam mail, but you have to confirm. Once you register, you have to go in and confirm so that you will be able to receive all the updates from me as it relates to the challenge. Okay? We're going to show up. We are going to show up ready and excited to prepare for 2023. I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the encouragement. Please share this live on your Facebook, on your YouTube. Please share it and allow it to be a blessing to someone else so that we can all enter 2023, God's spare life, focused and ready for what God has for each and every one of us. This is Arkia Higgs, Dream Coach, praying blessings on you, blessings on each and every one of you. Thanking you so much for your continued support. Have a blessed evening. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all.